Making his way to the cage, fighting out of the blue corner, Joel Aguilar.
Joel Aguilar not making his debut. In fact, he's 2 up and 2 down as an amateur so far, heading to the cage here tonight, fighting out of Milwaukee. In fact, this is a battle of Milwaukee in this fight between Aguilar and Jejuan Curry. As here comes Aguilar. He'll go ahead and get checked out. So when you're in that spot, and you weren't there, now your amateur record was what?
7-1.
That's what I thought. There was just that
one loss.
blemish. Yeah. Do you remember who it was to?
It was to Mark Lemminger.
That's what I thought.
Mark
Yes. Who, by the
My
way, is in
friend.
the house tonight.
My buddy.
His parents are here as well. I know I saw his dad roaming around here earlier, so good to see them. And Dark Mark not fighting over here anymore.
No.
Yep, does his thing elsewhere, but always good to see him. So you always remember that one, right? And so how do you bounce back from it? Do you remember what it took then to come back from that up?
You know, for me, it was humbling, and I understood what I needed to work on. And, I actually reached out to my opponent at the time. I wasn't afraid to go and reach out to the same man who beat me and go get some work and learn from him to get better. Wow. And for some of these guys, when they lose, you got to understand that you win and you learn. Don't go in there with the ego that, I can't get knocked out or this and that. Accept what it is, let go of what it was, and have faith in what will be. You know what I mean? And if it's your time, it's your time. And if not, you'll learn from it and bounce back. You have to use it as a learning lesson.
Curry coming in. Now, I want to go back to what you were talking about because I think that's great insight. I mean, I hear that a lot from fighters. It's like you either win or you learn.
Yep.
And sometimes there's a lot in learning from a loss, right? And having to look at it that way, it's like, okay, yeah, I took this L. Yep, it is kind of an ego bruising kind of a thing, but I'm going to learn something from it. So, and you were able to bounce back pretty darn well, I think. So
Absolutely.
That's how you do it.
And met an even better person, who I can call a friend for the rest of my life,
Is that right, yeah? Love it. That is excellent insight. See, that's why I'm doing the fights with Alton Cunningham right here. Can't get that insight from anybody else. I love it. That's great stuff. All right, we're going to go to looking at Jejuan Curry right here. By the way, he's got one interesting mouthpiece. Curry also not making his debut. He is 1-2 as an amateur. So if he's 1-2 as an amateur, Aguilar 2-2. It's going to be kind of a swing fight for a guy to say, you know what, am I going to go forward with this or not?
Absolutely. And I want to make a correction. Joe's actually from Arcadia, right outside of La Crosse.
Is that right? Okay.
So
not a battle of Milwaukee is listed on the card.
Weighing in at 130 pounds, fighting out of Arcadia, Wisconsin, representing Kame House, Joel Aguilar. Standing across the cage, fighting out of the red corner. He also weighed in at 130 pounds. Fighting out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and representing Mongoose MMA, Jejuan the Mongoose Curry.
I've always liked that nickname of a mongoose. So there's even a boxer out of Milwaukee that uses that as well as the mongoose. So think about a mongoose.
He's looking to be quick.
Yeah, you ever see him fight a snake? I mean, a mongoose is pretty freaking cool and deadly and a great fighter. And I love that as a nickname, and that's what Jejuan Curry goes in as. Yeah, let's see if he could live up to his nickname. As smaller fighters here now, as you see some quickness and in a hurry. Talk about quickness. It is the mongoose with a takedown, and now just a flurry of blows coming down on Aguilar, and Aguilar able to get back to his feet. Good quick action here in round number one.
He started that fight with a good left cross right down the pipe, and he landed a knee to the
and that is going to stop the fight here temporarily as it looked like it was a knee. And where did that hit him?
Uh-oh, he might not be using that tonight.
Uh-oh. That hit him where I was hoping that it didn't hit him. And
that
that's
post-fight party going to be a little disappointing potentially.
Yeah, that is not good. As so now Curry gets 5 minutes to recover from something like this. And again, I don't think it's intentional. You see this stuff happen like all the time. And do you ever think it's intentional when it's happened to you?
No, and I've had it happen to me before. I've done it to people before. It doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good.
I think anybody who's ever wrestled, or even if you're goofing around with your boys and you're wrestling and do all that, it happens sometimes. You know, it's out there, and it hurts like heck when it happens. And Curry right now doing his best to compose himself. I've never had it happen to me in front of a sold-out crowd. I'm not sure how that would work.
Just take your time. Take your
That's
time.
what you do. So you got all 5 minutes. You might as well use it. Big crowd here tonight, as always, another sellout. And this one actually, so when Chosen Few Fighting Championships are doing 3 events a year, this one usually seems to be the one that's the biggest crowd, that's most packed, right square in the middle of winter.
Yep.
And it's not like there isn't stuff going on in Madison. The Badger hockey team, the men's team, is playing right now.
Right now.
And they sold out for the first time in 5 years. So that's 15,000 over at the Kohl Center. It's 5 minutes away. And then we packed the place over here tonight. So, I mean, Madison out in
loves their
droves.
fights. This is a fight town.
Absolutely. And even a top-ranked hockey team that is hosting Minnesota in a border battle is not stopping people from coming out to the fights here tonight. That is fantastic and good represented by Madison sports fans as Curry back up on his feet, still shaking it off. I think he's got to have at least another 2 minutes, maybe something in that area. Nodding his head, looks like he's ready to go. And we're going to fight again. They touch gloves in 2 minutes, 20 seconds.
They started fast. Let's see. It'll be interesting to see how the rest of the round shakes out. I'd like to see Joel set that high kick up with some punches before just throwing it.
Curry coming back with a kick of his own. Yeah, he's been getting it done with the kicks right now as Curry looking focused here, coming back from taking that knee. Aguilar being pushed up against the cage.
Guillotine. He's got it.
Think he's got it locked in? I couldn't tell. Now it's happening right in front of us, but Aguilar's back is to us as it looks like Curry.
He's getting out.
Has it, gets a takedown, brings Aguilar down and did not lose hold of the choke.
Be okay here.
Continues to choke. Now he's going to let it go as both of them kind of slither around on the mat, and the Mongoose is up on top. Jockeying for position now on the mat. As Aguilar now looks like he's got a wrist lock, right? Oh my goodness.
Keep his leg.
They continue to slide over Curry's arm behind him.
Keep his leg.
In an arm lock, they continue to flip over and over.
His leg. He's looking for an arm bar.
Real trouble here for Curry as Aguilar holding on for an armbar, trying to get the finish. Still 45 seconds for Curry to have to navigate in what has been a very long first round because of the injury.
He's fighting hard for it.
Curry trying to hold on. Aguilar continues to pull on that arm, and a lot of pain in the eyes of Curry right now. Wow, what strength to hold on to the fight. He does have to tap out. Man, oh man, credit though to Jejuan Curry to hold on as long as he did, as it looked like the arm might have been ripped from the socket, but he was holding on, fighting it off, and Aguilar able to secure the victory in impressive fashion.
Take that left hand home with him.
He did try to do that. Indeed. Aguilar being raised in victory. Will come back for the official announcement right after this on TVW. whenever you're ready. First round finish here for Joel Aguilar, and we'll see how he did it as he got the finish using the arm bar. And here was the takedown that Curry had early on in the fight. Real activity from both fighters all round long, and there's that arm bar.
Belly down with that arm bar.
Oof.
And I didn't think he was going to tap at first, but
finally
tapped that arm
did.
in a bad position.
Wow.
Got him.
Real show of strength, though, by Curry to hold on as long as he did. As we head up to the cage, here's Ken.
A big round of applause for these two warriors. Your referee, Tom Davalis, has called a halt to this contest. 2 minutes, 36 seconds of round number 1, declaring your winner by armbar, Joel Aguilar.
And improves his record to 3-2 in the amateur ranks. Third fight of the night coming up after this on TVW.